Good evening. Welcome to South Asia Newsline. I am Uzma Jafri. Here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Thursday, the 29th of September. India carries out surgical strikes on terror launch pads in Pakistan. Hezb-e-Islami insurgent group signs peace deal with Afghan government. And Hindus gear up for festival of 9 nights in India. And now for all the details. Indian Army on Thursday conducted surgical strikes along the de facto line of control or LOC with Pakistan, in which over dozens of suspected militants were said to be neutralized. Islamabad has, however, denied India's claims. A report.
India on Thursday announced that it has conducted surgical strikes targeting launch pads for terrorists across the line of control, the de facto border between India and Pakistan, late on Wednesday night. According to reports, the operation began at around midnight on Wednesday and ended at around 4:30 a.m. local time on Thursday morning. The Indian military claimed that the strikes were carried out based on specific and credible information that some terrorist teams positioned themselves at launch pads along the LOC.
The operations were basically focused to ensure that these terrorists do not succeed in their design of infiltration and carrying out destruction and endangering the lives of citizens of our country. During these counter-terrorist operations, significant casualties have been caused to the terrorists and those who are trying to support them. The operations aimed at neutralizing the terrorists have since ceased. We do not have any plans for further continuation of the operations.
According to media reports, around 30 to 40 terrorists were neutralized during the strikes. There is no report of casualty of Indian security personnel. The surgical operations come more than a week after the terror attack on an Indian Army base camp in Uri sector of northern Jammu and Kashmir province, which New Delhi alleges was carried out by Pakistan-based terror outfit. 18 soldiers were martyred in the attack. Indian Interior Minister Rajnath Singh also held an all-party meet in the capital, New Delhi, to brief leaders about the operation. The military operations were hailed by people across all sections of the society.
इंटरनेशनल कम्युनिटी को क्लियर मैसेज गया है, पाकिस्तान को क्लियर गया है, दहशतगर्दों को गया है और पाकिस्तान की फौज और ISI को कि हिंदुस्तान जो है आइंदा इसको बर्दाश्त नहीं करेगा.
Pakistan has, however, denied India's claims of surgical strikes across the LOC. According to Pakistan's Inter-Services Public Relations, the Indian forces carried out ceasefire violations in Bhimber, Hot Spring, Kale and Lipa sections on Pakistan's side of the LOC, in which it claims 2 soldiers were killed.
Meanwhile, All India Baloch Unity Forum on Thursday held a protest against Pakistan outside the Pakistan High Commission in the capital city, New Delhi. They demanded attention towards crimes against women and extrajudicial killings being conducted in Pakistan's southwestern Balochistan. The protest came just hours after the Indian Army conducted surgical strikes on terror launch pads across the line of control or LOC with Pakistan. Members of the Baloch community have been repeatedly asking for Indian assistance to end the atrocities by Pakistan military in the southwestern province.
इंडिया जो भी कदम उठा रहा है पाकिस्तान या किसी भी टेररिस्ट के खिलाफ वो सही उठा रहा है और उससे सबसे पहले शुरुआत बलूचिस्तान में पाकिस्तान की टेररिज्म खत्म करने के लिए करनी चाहिए.
Moving on, while governments around the world are striving to provide best healthcare facilities to their people, in Gilgit-Baltistan the situation is exactly the opposite. Lack of healthcare facilities are depriving people of a healthy life.
Access to healthcare is a basic human right, but people of Gilgit-Baltistan have been deprived of it for decades. Government hospitals in the region lack essential infrastructure and there are barely any doctors to attend the patients.
जब से गिलगित बल्तिस्तान को जो नया स्टेटस मिला है एम्पावरमेंट एंड गवर्नेंस 2009 के तहत वज़ीर आला बना, गवर्नर बना और दीगर कई इदारे यहाँ इस्टेब्लिश हो गए। तो उसके बाद सूरत हाल ऐसी है कि यहाँ के जो सीरियस मरीज़ हैं उनको इस्लामाबाद का पिम्स अस्पताल जो है वो पहले की तरह वो ट्रीट नहीं कर रहा है।
Locals claim that there are just 3 CT scan machines across the region and if ever there is any problem with the machines, there are no skilled person to repair them.
देखिए जी, यहाँ पर जो लेबॉर्ट्रीज़ का जो सिस्टम है वो स्टाफ की कमी की वजह से इतना बेहतर नहीं है। ज़रूरत इस बात की है कि जो लेबॉर्ट्रीज़ हैं जहाँ मुख्तलिफ रिपोर्ट्स तैयार होती हैं, टेस्ट होते हैं, वहाँ पर ऐसा हुनरमंद अमला को तैनात करना चाहिए।
Since Pakistan occupied the region, successive governments continue to pay lip service to the healthcare, forcing people to pay through their noses for treatment at private hospitals.
News from Afghanistan. Afghan government and insurgent group Hezb-e-Islami led by Gulbuddin Hekmatyar on Thursday formally signed a peace agreement. The final signing comes almost a week after the draft peace deal was signed by the two parties.
Afghan President Ashraf Ghani and Gulbuddin Hekmatyar, leader of the Hezb-e-Islami, formally signed the peace deal agreement on Thursday at the presidential palace in capital Kabul. Calling it a historic day for Afghanistan, President Ghani emphasized on bringing peace in the country. He also assured the citizens that every article of the peace agreement with Hezb-e-Islami is according to the constitution.
اکنون فرصت است برای طالبان و دیگر گروه‌های مخالف دولت تا بر سر دوراهی موجود در برابرشان نشان بدهند که انتخابشان چیست. بودن در کنار ملت و پیوستن به کاروان صلح عزتمندانه و مانند حزب اسلامی و سهم گرفتن در ساختن کشور.
Hekmatyar, who formally signed the peace agreement through a video teleconference, also urged other insurgent groups including Taliban to join the Afghan-owned peace process. The goal of this agreement is for the stability of Afghanistan and development of the country, he added. The peace agreement with Hezb-e-Islami concluded almost after 6 months of negotiations, which started with the formation of Quadrilateral Coordination Group for the Afghan peace talks.
Moving on to news from Nepal. In a major embarrassment to Pakistan, Nepal, which currently chairs the South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation or SAARC, has reportedly sought for a new venue for the annual meet which was supposed to be held in Islamabad. This comes after 4 members of the group, namely Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan and India, pulled out of the 19th SAARC summit that was due on November 9th and 10th in Islamabad. These countries boycotted the summit in protest against growing terrorism in the region, which has been attributed to Pakistan-based militant outfits. According to the rule book, the meeting cannot take place even if one country decides not to take part. The Human Rights Watch or HRW has asked Bangladesh to stop kneecapping detainees deliberately. The watchdog report has accused Bangladesh police of targeting members of opposition parties.
In a report released on Thursday, Human Rights Watch said that security forces in Bangladesh are deliberately shooting members and supporters of opposition parties in the leg. Police shot them in custody and then falsely claimed that they were shot in self-defense, in crossfire with armed criminals, or during violent protests. The report quoted victims as saying, the report, No Right to Live, kneecapping and maiming of detainees by Bangladesh security forces, has called upon authorities to order prompt, impartial and independent investigations into all alleged kneecappings and other deliberate infliction of serious injuries by members of the security forces. Activists say that the practice of kneecapping was adopted to curb street protests. The rights group said that security officials are often under enormous pressure to prevent violence in demonstrations.
Preparations for the festival of 9 nights or Navratri are underway in India. The festival is celebrated with gaiety and fervour, especially in western Gujarat province.
Navratri, meaning 9 nights, is one of India's most popular and widely celebrated Hindu festivals, especially in western Gujarat province. People in Ahmedabad city of the province are making preparation ahead of the festival that is set to begin from 1st October. Women and girls throng markets to buy clothes and accessories.
बहुत अच्छा लगता है मुझे नवरात्रि 9 दिन हम बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से एंजॉय करते हैं लाइक चनिया चोली दुपट्टा ये वो इसकी इतनी शॉपिंग करते हैं और शाम को 5 बजे से इतना एक्साइटमेंट हमको होता है कि बस अब कब रात के 7 बजे और कब हम लोग सज धज के तैयार होके जाए नवरात्रि आई लाइक नवरात्रि और
The highlight of the festival of 9 nights is the folk dance called Garba. Each night throughout the festival, people gather in open spaces and dance in a circular pattern.
Well, that's the way it was in South Asia this evening. Before we conclude, the top stories once again. India carries out surgical strikes on terror launch pads in Pakistan. Hezb-e-Islami insurgent group signs peace deal with Afghan government. And Hindus gear up for festival of 9 nights in India. Now our viewers can watch the show on SouthAsiaNewsline.com. You can also visit us on Facebook.com/SAsiaNewsline and follow us on Twitter @SAsiaNewsline. That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.